Good morning, everyone. This is Creative DME Designs. This is Dawn Marie, and Billy Goat and Abby are already up here so they don't have to bother us. Billy Goat, you don't need to be giving mommy kisses. So, this month for the Dear Julie Julie Challenge, we had to do a little golden book. Now, I did not videotape through it because I just got my new camera, and I think from now on I'm going to try to videotape every time I'm doing something, even if it'll end up being fast forward or Billy Goat stop, or cut up in a video. But I really want to get people to see what I do. So this is it. It's a super chunko. Everything from Julie's monthly challenges in here. However, it's too chunky for me. I will probably end up taking some stuff out. I still am unsure whether I'm going to put this one up for adoption or not. This right now, I have it off, but there is a little thing on the end here for it to go. But this is my jingle jangly tassel, and I'm just going to hang it back up where I have it. I actually am in love with it, and may make a different tassel if I sell this. Okay, so here's the spine. I just drilled some holes in some brushes, and I should have probably taped what the spine looked like before I put everything in it, because actually it's pretty coolly structured. This is sew by number. You know, when you were a kid you did that, and this is from a coloring book that I have of Frida Kahlo. One of her famous paintings have a necklace like this. So that is the back. This time I did put a lot of fringes and stuff on it. In one of her paintings, she wears a very high collar with stuff like this on it, so I figured I'd go with it this time. Now, if you'll notice, I use this, but you're not going to see very much of the paper from the little golden book in it. I have all of the written part from the little golden book in it. So here, let's open it. So I made a collage here of Frida Kahlo things, and this is the little golden book version of her life. And it's just got these little things in it. I do plan on going back through this and doing my doodling that I usually do. I just would prefer to do the video now because I need to get it done. I'm saying that this is done, but it's not done for sale yet. How about that? Or for what I usually, my personal. So I did leave 2 elastics in here, just in case somebody wanted to add to it. This is permanently bound in here, and that just is a basic overview of her life, and it's a kid's version. Trust me, this is the most watered down version of her life you've ever seen. Doesn't have any of the bad stuff that happened to her. So I did add these in, and if you can see right here, I'm going to go down so you can see telephoto wise how I bound this. Let's see. Okay, so when I wove the brushes together, I added jump rings. And then through each jump ring, I added these skull ribbons. Now, I was just going to add it to this one because what it does is it secures the elastic, so this elastic doesn't stretch, but this does. It's just, I thought it looked cool too. Sort of fringy. So each one of these are bound to these jump rings. Can you see the jump rings there? And you can actually see right here that that one is bound. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it up so you can see it. Can you see how that's bound there with through the jump ring? So just so you guys can see that that is how I bound it. Let's back up again. Oh, in, out. This is big and chunky, so I don't think that I'm going to go through everything. I'm just going to flip. This is her house, and I took pictures from her, from the museum and put them in each one of these. There were 4 in here, so they're all different. Corner pocket with her family. She was big into skulls and Mexican holidays. There's a paper stuck in here. She loved flowers. Oops. There we go. Do you need to back up? This isn't one of my brilliant things. It's just there. It's one of the things I had to do. This is a DigiKit off of Etsy. There are 3 different DigiKits in here off of Etsy. I hopefully will grab and put the shop's names down in the descriptions. This is Braille paper, and I put a tag that flips out. And there's a little booklet in here with a bunch of stuff. Another digital. She was big into cross-dressing, so that's her cross-dressing. This right here is homemade rice paper, and what I've done is I've put thread. When I glued it down, I just took things of thread and strung it on them, so it makes it sort of clear, but it also got a little bit of color. This was one of the people that would have been in her father's group of friends. This is a clip, and there have been 2 great accidents in my life. One was the train wreck. The other was Diego. Diego was far worse. That was Diego Rivera, her husband, 2 times. And this is just a plain page. And this is a pull-out page, nothing on it. This is a... the other thing I think I'm going to go through is put some stencil on a couple of these. I'm at the point I'm saying it's done. It's good enough. This is a large paper clip. And this is a flip up and a flip down. And this paper looked like quilts, so I added the little stitches. This is just a corner tuck with wings. One of her, this quote of hers said that she had wings because she had lost a foot. Another thing. This, being from Mexico, she used to have big parties and she used to have piñatas. So I found an information of how to make a piñata, so I put that on a page in there. This was a yeah, belly band that I made from the strips of paper. Another piece of digital. This right here is a specimen card. When she was in her accident, she was naked and covered in gold dust because one of the other patrons in the bus was carrying a bag of gold dust to be taken to market. So, and this is a piece of Braille paper, and I added some fun scrunchies on it. Braille paper. This was one of her paintings, and it's on a dictionary, Spanish dictionary. Little thing, and I put something on the other side. This stuff is really thick. Another, and this is vintage lace that I have. Oh, and this stuff right here, you'll see it throughout the book, is actually old wallpaper. This is just a little, she used to keep monkeys, and she had several birds, and her name, people used to call her the Queen of Mirth. I tried to put her quotes that went with her pictures. Here's another one of the Casa Azul. And I sort of made this that you could go, you know, you see both sides, because this is actually a little pocket too. Now this right here is a, I've got a magnet in the side here. And this picture of a door came from a coloring book I had. And what it actually is I'm going to swoop in here for you guys. Whoops, in. And watch this little, there's a little wheel at the bottom. And that was one of the last pictures of her and Diego. And that's a picture of Mexico, which is where she was from. She always had monkeys. When she couldn't have babies, Diego got her monkeys. So there were always monkeys. She had baby deer. So that is my little Viewmaster, is what we're calling it. They collected ancient Aztec ephemera, so pottery and stuff. So I found this in a coloring book. Another piece of braille. This is just a little, this right here is from Dear Julie. This is a, I made a, oh shoot, what are they called? You know, one of the cutout things that they used to do in the old days, but I put her eyebrow on and one of her famous scarves around her head. So I made that. This is the same, and why I put it in here is this is the one that has all of the extra ribbon around her face, which is a Mexican tradition. This is just a double open empty blank space. This right here has indecent stuff on it, so we put the monkeys over it. And it's actually of her and Diego. She very much felt like she was more of a mother towards Diego. Mother, lover, friend. This is my little doll. I do have a couple other dolls that may or may not go in here. I do have another book that I can make also. And it's possible some of the stuff may get chucked out of this and put into that one. This is a card that I have that you can open and put stuff there. And then it also lifts up, and there's a little pocket here. And I've just got a little tag in there. This is a whole bunch of different papers that I have that I sort of put in as a multi-flip up, down, inside out. One of her paintings with her monkeys, and this is a tag that I made that has that same paper that I love. I hope I can find some more of it. And I did like it was quilted, like hand quilted. Okay, this is an Aztec art that Diego did, and I put that in because they loved. In the final days, pretty much all she made were fruits paintings, because she didn't have, her pain was so much that she didn't have control of a lot of her hands and stuff. This is also when she started keeping diaries and junk journals, basically, if you look at them. I made this little tag there. I put some edging here of that paper that I had made. Okay, this section here is of all of her animals. She actually kept this breed alive. Now they're out in the world and much more prevalent, but it is the Mexican Hairless, and I just made a special tag for that because I used to have one, or one of the rescues I worked with had one, and I spent a little time with her, and now she lives in Florida, so I got pictures of her from my friend, and then found some other of Mexican Hairlesses, and then she does have her picture of her with a Mexican Hairless, but it's tiny. There are 3 different sizes of a Mexican Hairless. So this was a weird flip thing that I made with a picture of her that I had, or from a coloring book. And it talks about she paints herself because she's her best subject, and she also painted flowers so that they would never die. She had baby deer, so I found deer from a coloring book. This is a pocket. I like putting the round edge on the outside edge so you can see that something is in there, and then if you want, you can actually put a tag with the fringe coming out that edge, and it makes it cool. This right here is a tag that I made up. This is from one of her journals, and this is my scratch art that I made. So I made that into a tag. Okay. Another one of the blue houses. She always had parrots and macaws. This is the other scratch tag. And I like doing weird fringes like this so that they're not, not necessarily, it's not all over the place and it's flat. So when I did sew this one on the machine, and the edges, the stuff at the end, I just braided into a little hanger-offer thingy. Just different papers that I wanted to add in. They also had eagle and a osprey. I think it's an osprey or a hawk that they kept. Her and Diego, that was Diego's bird. She had baby deer. This is from one of Julie's kits. You can see she had parrots. She loved them. This is her with her deer that she rescued. And this was a tag that I made with some of Julie's digitals. This is either from Julie or from Kara Brandon. I can't remember which one, but it was part of a digital that we were digital kit. I made a pocket out of my rice paper with the thread going through it. This is a little edge to hold. My belly band was sticking out, so I made a pretty little fluff ball there. And this is my belly band. And actually it's a xylophone. You can see I should have made them a little better, but here's the bottom keys, and then there are top keys to it because a xylophone isn't just one. Trust me, I used to play it. Another tag. These all have little tucky and other things in. Pockets. Nice big one. I love big tags. It's just so much fun to make. So this is one of the monkeys, but this is from a coloring book I have, and there's all kinds of little hidden things in it. And then I made it into a pocket around one of the braille, and there's a card in there. This is the page for the dogs. There's her and Diego with 2 of their puppies. And then I made this cute little puppy. Oops, it's upside down. Sorry about that. Mexican Hairless puppy dog. And then this also shows the other animals she used to have. I'm just going to pop that out here because I like that. This is a tiny little tuck. I'm just going to show you what it is with something here that's sitting on the... this may go in here. I have it's from a book, but it didn't quite fit, and I'm done basically. So I didn't want to. I didn't put it in. But this is just a tiny little, really narrow. I think it's only about 1.5 inches deep tuck spot in there, so you could add a bigger piece of paper. Now, if you'll notice down here, there's this little orange thing hanging down. Why is it there? Because the parrot needs to have his tail. And I put that on because it would be bendable and you'd still be able to color that tail and have it there. This is from a children's dictionary. This is from a Dear Julie Julie printable. This is the other side of that weird deer thing, but I made it into a pocket. And some more birds. There's my little kite with its wings. There's her with a cigarette and her little birdie. This is sort of a pocket. So what I like to do sometimes is I add on to the end of a pocket something that overlaps. You can see that's just stuck on the end of it, but it actually extends the pocket a little bit and it just adds that little extra to the end. Just something different. And if you wanted to, you could tuck something up in there too. I made it that totally doable. This is a tag that I made. I'm not sure what to do with the top of it yet, because I really like it the way it is and I don't want to mess up the top. This is from a vintage purse that I had, and then more of the orange scarf that I had. I mean red scarf, excuse me, and this is from a tablecloth. This is the back with a tuck. This right here is one of her famous paintings. It's her in a bathtub, and it shows a lot of the stuff that's gone on in her life. I'm not really going to show it that much, but I made it into a little wallet. There's a little tuck there, and then the wallet opens this way, and then the wallet also opens this way, and there's two there. But the other thing that I did is I flipped this, and there are little notepads in each one of these tuck spots on both sides. So that was just something I added to it. This is paper, but I did put a really, really nice vintage clasp there for it. And I'm going to actually keep that out because that's not going to stay in this. It makes it too thick. This is so this was supposed to be the back, but I added this page or this pull out to it. She's here painting her flowers. I put that in there as a tuck, but it opens this way, and you can see that I actually sewed this. And this is a zipper pocket. So if I do end up selling this, I'll probably put extra ephemera that's, you know, little things that you can add to this in one of these zipper pocket so it doesn't fall out. And then this is really thick too. This would, I think, will probably end up being separate. And then there's a huge pocket back here. And then there's this pocket here. And it sort of flips on the back. These are little paintbrushes I found that teach the colors in Spanish, which, I mean, go with this so perfectly. So this was one of the digitals, or one of the things we made for one of our classes for Julie. One of her paintings has her with horns, deer horns, and a deer body. So what I did is I made this. I took a picture of her, and then I added her hair, and I added these horns, and I colored around it to try to get some highlights and lowlights. And this is a Dear Julie Julie kit, and it's got her birds on it. And then you open it, and there's a 3-pocket zigzag pocket here. And then I cut out around the edge of these birds to put it on this long, long pocket here. And then we have some little pages to add in here. And this is her deer in its pocket on a guest check. And then it opens up on the side and has her birds. And most of these are all from Dear Julie Julie's digitals. And then this opens up like this, and her bird is a pocket. And then I put some thin paper in here, so you could actually put something in there. And this bird is a pocket also. And you see I cut around that one. Part of putting this thin paper in there is to hold and to have a to give a different view of those. Almost like they're through a window. And there's some monkeys and the other side of the receipts. And the rest of the other papers that I put in, the other side of those, another big pocket with her parrots. This is 3 pockets right here, or tucks, and then I put a bird, and there's a little tiny pocket in there, so you can put something small in there. This is also a pocket, excuse me. And then it all ties around with that. So that's a little extra in there. Okay, so now we are on to art stuff. So I made this one as more of a, like, something that you can do yourself. I did recreate, again, the one, her as a deer. This was a something in a coloring book, and then I cut out one of her pictures and redid it. This reminded me very much of Mexico, the paper, so I added to it. This is vintage lace. Most of this lace is vintage from my grandmother's stuff. The fringe isn't. This definitely is. This is old lace. This one is a lot thinner than the other ones. This is meant for more of a play area for you to do your own stuff. It's a corner tuck. This is my second slide, and this is supposedly paint from her last the last painting she worked on. That's what I'm saying it is. And then I made this tag, and this actually has a tuck spot there. Okay, this was from a coloring book, and it says Create Your Life. This is a little origami cup that I added a vintage handmade piece of doily in the back. And then these are little tiny books of little tiny stories, Mexican folk tales that I found in a book. So those are in there. This right here is from a coloring book that I had, but I thought it was great to put in that you could do your own. This is supposed to be her as a sugar skull. The last one of the Casa Azules. The other digitals. This right here, I still need to find something. I need to find something for this because what I did bled through. But this is a little pocket that flips. It's got another one of those teal and red tags in it. And then if you want to open it up, you can color this. But what I've done is I've added to the coloring pages and made some Zentangling and dots on it. And that's what bled through. So I need to find one piece of paper to like just put over here. Like, I mean, to be honest, that would work. No, it won't. It's not long enough. So there's like 2 small things that I can do in this, but I'm at the moment need to put it up. This is a picture of her studio. The last painting she did is here, but these are quotes about her painting that I put in little flips. This one is doubled. It's got a couple extras in it, and she was in a lot of pain. This picture, if you saw her, you'd know she was in pain. It was awful. This is her. It's from a coloring book. You were supposed to draw what you thought she was coloring, but I really, really like that picture of her. Finally, this is a triple pocket with an upside down tag. This is a picture of her with her supposed signature. And I just really like this as the last montage. And then you could color the back of this. This right here is my personal thing in here. My husband and I, for our 20th wedding anniversary, went to the Frida Kahlo exhibit here in Raleigh. And you took a tag and you were able to put a message on it or a hope. So that was mine. And then there's a picture of my husband and I. And there's a silhouette of Frida. It's from the card from before. But this page is actually also my scratch page. And I'm going to pull it in and pull it up so that you can see some of it. I know I covered stuff over. But what that is it's black paint over crayon or waxy medium. And then you scratch the paint off into what you want to do. So I did all of these scratches. I put a video up of it, but it's not of this one. I think I have the hang of it now. You know, it takes a couple mistakes to get it right. And then if I do sell this one, I actually made this so this will just pop out. Because this one is personal and I do want to keep that, but it's part of what I did for Julie's monthly challenge. So it has to go in here. So it's just slipped in the back. And I didn't even put anything on that side. And then this is the back. You've seen that. So that's it. That is my Frida Kahlo little golden book junk journal. And like I said, I do have a second one that I can throw together. Its edge is going to be a little different. And it will have totally different stuff in it. Some stuff may come out of here and go into that because this is super thick. And one of the two, but I'm not sure which, will probably be up for sale. I do plan on setting up an Etsy account very soon. I have a lot of Halloween stuff that can go into it. So you may end up seeing this or the other one in there. This one does have a lot of sentimental things on it though. This was my dad's paintbrush. So I don't know, this one may be the one that I keep. But like I said, if I do keep it, I'll be pulling stuff out to go into the other one because I don't need as much stuff in here as this in here. So once again, this was Dawn Marie with Creative DME Designs. I want to thank you for coming and looking at my little golden book about Frida Kahlo. And if you any information about the digitals I used will be in the box below, and I will please click like, of course, leave any notes if you have any questions, subscribe to my page, and I hope to see you back here soon. Bye. Have a great day.